to take care of the ball today, which they do a pretty good job of throughout the course of Big 12 play, because Texas really generates a lot of their offense through their defense. If they take care of the ball, this is going to be a grinder. Yeah. I would say take the under, but there you go.
I think, look, it's partially our fault. Look, we say they're a top five team early in the season with a brand new coach, and Marcus Carr is going to be the best player in the world. Like, it's not that easy. Yeah. So I think that's been a challenge, is their expectations are back where they should be right now.
Mm-hmm. Won't be easy today in Morgantown, in one of the great environments in college basketball. Rich Hollenberg, Fran Fraschilla on the call. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. The road to Champ Week presented by Wendy's continues. We are on the banks of the Monongahela River in Morgantown, West Virginia. This is the Saturday Showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy, and it's a Big 12 battle between the number 20 Texas Longhorns and the West Virginia Mountaineers. Coming into this Saturday, a look at the Big 12 standings. West Virginia has to win out and get help to move out of that 8-9 game in the opening round of the Big 12 tournament. And there is still a path for Texas to win the Big 12 regular season. It's a long one and it's arduous, but it's one that actually still exists. And it starts with a win today. Inside WVU Coliseum, a sellout crowd on hand yet again. Alongside Fran Fraschilla, I'm Rich Hollenberg. Texas still has their big goals ahead of them, Fran, and one lifelong Longhorn is a big key to them accomplishing those goals.
Andrew Jones has been at Texas 6 years, filled with adversity. You know the story. Playing his best basketball of his career, 20 points each of the last 3. But he's got a challenge today because West Virginia, with the sellout home crowd, is going to play, I think, very emotionally for Bob Huggins. As you see the numbers, and one thing that has to happen, Rich, for West Virginia, they've got to play a lot better in the second half. They've been in a lot of close games, haven't been able to finish the job, and today's an opportunity to make that happen.
Well, the Mountaineer Maniacs are already at full throat. Well, from the crowd on hand, Fran, it would be hard to tell that this West Virginia team has lost 5 in a row in 12 of their last 13, but they stand at 3-12 in the Big 12. Texas is at 9-6. Texas in their road burnt orange uniforms and the navy blue and old gold for West Virginia. Texas controls the opening tip.
Texas playing through Timmy Allen and Andrew Jones lately.
Bishop, the backdoor pass, and Andrew Jones misses the bunny on the back end of it.
Perfectly executed as far as the opportunity, and Jones did not get it done.
Here's Kedrian Johnson, 0 for West Virginia. Questionable to play today with a hip injury, but he's toughing it out.
This is all about offense for West Virginia today, Rich. They have struggled at times to score easily.
And that's where the offense usually comes from. Second leading scorer in the conference, Taz Sherman. Here's your Texas starting 5. 3 transfers and 2 Longhorns for life, Ramey and Jones. Ramey off the window.
Second easy drive by Texas. That time Courtney Ramey finished it. Ramey and Jones have played really well as they come down the end of what's been 2 solid careers.
Courtney Ramey in his 123rd game played for Texas. Andrew Jones playing game number 130 as a Longhorn. Johnson broke some ankles on the way to the hole.
Johnson. Good sign. He missed the last game against Iowa State, but before that, He had been playing really well offensively.
Texas beat these Mountaineers by 15 on January 1st to open Big 12 play, but that was without Taz Sherman and without Gabe Osabuoye, their best defensive player. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be West Virginia basketball. Your officials this afternoon, Gary Maxwell, Jeb Hartness, and Keith Kimball.
Rich, I'm expecting an inspired performance today by the Mountaineers. The season has not gone well in Big 12 play. Great crowd today coming down the end of the season. And I have a feeling we're going to see a very good performance from them.
Here's Jalen Bridges, at number 11 for West Virginia with the ball. Gives it up to McNeil. Nice cut by Isaiah Cottrell off the dish from Sean McNeil.
We saw them go 5 out. A lot of teams are doing that in the Big 12 to spread those good defenses out. Great find by Sean McNeil.
And Marcus Carr.
Basket by Carr.
I love when Marcus Carr is aggressive and getting his own shots in that mid-range. He's really, really effective.
An early 6-4 West Virginia lead. And Gary Maxwell whistles the foul as Cottrell took it in the low post.
When you watch Isaiah Cottrell, Rich, you got to keep in mind he suffered an Achilles injury midway through last season, redshirted. It's really hard to come back and be at full strength in 12 months. I think this is going to be a big offseason for the young man from Las Vegas. Has a lot of potential.
After that early foul by number 2 Marcus Carr, Devin Askew checks into the game for the first time for Chris Beard. Another dish. Cottrell can't finish, but he is fouled.
This is a young man that has some pick and pop ability. Hasn't shot it that well this year. Also think that as that injury becomes in the rear view mirror, he's going to be more aggressive inside.
2 shots.
Cottrell just a 56% free throw shooter, and he misses the first. There's the future Hall of Famer, Bob Huggins, a finalist for the Naismith Hall of Fame again this year, sitting on 914 career wins. That is 6th all-time, and he's 6 away from tying Jim Calhoun.
Yep, he's one of only 18 men in basketball history to coach 40 seasons as a head coach. Remarkable. See, here's what you do on that play. Anytime you make a backdoor cut like Ramey did, you never stop in mid-cut because the passer doesn't realize
Checking in for Texas.
Chris Beard roaming the sidelines for his alma mater at Texas in his first season at the 40 acres. A deep, deep respect between these two head coaches.
And I think a solid year for Texas. 20 wins for the first time in a couple seasons in a regular season so quickly. And a team, Rich, that I think still has a lot of potential to get better, even this late in the year.
Cottrell shows 3, gives it up to Sherman. 10 on the shot clock. Taz, top of the key, too strong. And rebounding is going to be a key this afternoon, and Timmy Allen grabs that one for Texas. Allen loves to do his work inside the painted area, but he's blocked by Cottrell that time. West Virginia had 9 blocks the first time these two teams met. And Sherman turns defense into offense.
Nicely done. He went, that's what we call a wrong foot layup right there. That oftentimes is a tricky play for a defender to try to get a piece of that blocked shot because he goes off the wrong foot. Like a changeup in baseball.
And that foul is going to go on West Virginia. Time stops with 16:17 to go. And the Mountaineers up by 5, 9-4.
Whistled on Jalen Bridges, his first, team's first.
Now Ramey and Bishop, 2 starters for the Longhorns, go to the bench, and Dylan Dessou checks in, as does Jace Febris.
Nicely done. Good
Dylan
pick and pop
Dessou.
right there. Dylan Dessou, young man from Pflugerville, Texas, who I think also is, like Cottrell, still recovering from what was a serious knee injury middle of last season when he was a player at Vanderbilt.
Now Dessou guarding Cottrell. They switch, and Taz trying to take advantage of the mismatch, doesn't get it. Carr back on the floor for the Longhorns. And he does it himself. Marcus Carr with an early 4 points.
I like that. I like that Marcus gets into that paint. And when he gets into that paint, Rich, he's very capable of getting his own. Where I'd love to see him make that next step is kick out when a teammate is open. But I love him being aggressive early.
He had 20 points when these teams first met. 7 for 11 from the field. And a foul called. That one's going to go on the Longhorns. We have a timeout to take. We step away. A 1-point game for Morgantown. 15:22 to go. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5 Hour Energy. It's the only one when you got to get stuff done. And in part by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball.
There are a great many things that can be found on the road. The giant blue whale in central Oklahoma. Musicians in search of that perfect melody. You'll even discover the center of the universe. You'll find stories of lives led, challenges met, and men who raise pigeons. They're all out there waiting to be discovered. All you have to do is follow the road. Phillips 66. Live to the full.
Huh. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Everybody knows that.
Well, did you know that former pro football player Ickey Woods will celebrate almost anything?
Number 44.
Woo! 44, that's me! Get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts. Woo! Give me some!
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
44, ladies, that's me! Woo! Gonna get some cold cuts today.
For 3 generations, Sargento has stood for real, natural cheese. Because when you make it real, you discover the power of real.
Sargento. We're real cheese people.
Check out this Verbo.
Oh, man. Look at me. Here I am. Right where I belong. It's all I've been looking for and so much more. And now I'm here. Now you're here. Nothing can go wrong 'cause I am right where I belong.
All-new Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
Your shipping manager left to find himself, leaving you lost. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
15:22 to go in the first half. West Virginia's led throughout, and they're led by Kedrian Johnson, who's on the floor despite a hip injury that might have kept him out today.
Yep, he was a game-time decision. A young man from Dallas, Texas, South Oak Cliff High School. Spent some time at Temple Junior College. Has played very well lately, as we pointed out, Rich. And one of those guys that, although he's a fourth-year senior, he is eligible to come back next season and take advantage of the COVID waiver. And much like Taz Sherman did and has been so good this season, Sean McNeil also in that same boat. And if he doesn't have anything better to do, I would say take advantage of another great year of college, especially with the NIL. And in Sean's case, a guy that wants to play some professional basketball, I think he could help himself another year here.
Johnson goes 1 for 2. A couple of rare misses from the free throw line for a West Virginia team that's first in Big 12 play in free throw shooting.
Well, it's the only area of shooting that they really excel, because they've really struggled inside and also on the three-point line. I think a large part of that is because Sherman particularly and McNeil shoot so many free throws. Two outstanding shooters.
Texas with the basketball inbounding under their own basket. What do the Longhorns like to do offensively?
Well, they're sneaky. They run good sets to try to score off of an inbounds play.
Loose ball, and a foul is going to be called on Jace Febres. So call that a turnover for the Texas Longhorns. Something that they are very skeptical of when it comes to facing an aggressive defense like West Virginia.
Well, both of these teams are turnover prone on the offensive end. And last night at practice, we were watching Chris Beard and his team go through a bunch of set plays underneath. And that time they came up a little empty.
Texas averages just over 11 turnovers a game. They have 3 already. Here's DeMond Kerrigan. Patient in the paint, but they wave it off.
Texas foul.
Good little set play right there.
His first.
Kerrigan screened for Sherman, who came to the foul line. He could have shot it, but when they got the switch they wanted, they were trying to exploit a mismatch inside.
Number 3 in blue, Gabe Osaboyan on the floor for the first time as well for Bob Huggins. He is a Mountaineer man every bit of the way. And he misses from close range, and that's kind of been the story of the season for West Virginia.
But I absolutely, they have trouble scoring inside. I love that Gabe is starting to get aggressive offensively.
Had a career-high 19 last time out against Iowa State.
Probably as good a garbage man as you'll see in the Big 12, Gabe Osaboyan. Just fabulous 3 years.
Backdoor, off the hands of Sherman, out of bounds, and that's the first West Virginia turnover.
That's the second time, one for each team. When you backdoor cut, you do not stop in mid-cut because the passer doesn't know that you're stopping. So you got to finish your cut all the way through to the rim.
Askew drives baseline. 10 on the shot clock. Febres with the runner.
Very nice. We've watched Jace now for 4+ years, a 3-year starter prior to a serious knee injury, and taking advantage of that 5th year. One thing we know, he can shoot the ball from that 3-point line. Nice little shot fake.
He's kind of been the odd man out offensively, averaging only 3 a game this year. Here's Johnson, the lob. And Kerrigan swallowed up by the defense, but a foul gets called. And DeMond Kerrigan, one of those super seniors who transferred in from FIU last season.
He's a shot blocker, Rich, not much of a scorer. You know, as we were preparing for this game, when you think of West Virginia, we're used to seeing Devin Williams, Sagaba Kanate, Culver, Shibwe. Nobody like that on this team this year, and it's put a lot of pressure on McNeil and Sherman on the perimeter. I think Isaiah Cottrell could be that guy in time.
Kerrigan goes 0 for 2. So free throw shooting woes early for the Mountaineers, just 2 for 5 from the line. Here's Febres for 3.
And that's what he does.
3-point shot by
It's a young man who shot nearly 36% from behind the arc in his career. 210 threes.
That's the first lead of the game for Texas, 13-10, off Febres' 18th triple of the season. 7 minutes gone by in the first half. Loose ball, another West Virginia turnover. Here's Askew, aggressive at the other end.
Nicely done. Kept his body between the defender and the ball, and Devin finishes nicely at the rim.
Polycap set to check in for the first time for Bob Huggins. Johnson met at the rim, and Keith Kindle says it's going to stay Mountaineers basketball.
Texas taking this early lead now. Take a look right here. You can't leave Chase Febres open this easily. That's a breakdown. And then watch the body control right here by Devin Askew. He makes sure that defender has to go through him to get the ball. Nice ward off right there by the sophomore from San Diego.
Backup point guard number 10, Malik Curry on the floor, as is Polycap. Polycap for 2 off the window. A rare offense around the rim sighting.
Well, they're going against 4 guards, 3.5 guards really. But Andrew Jones, no opportunity to stop Polycap on that.
Here's Jones, top of the key. Got it.
Playing so well, Rich. This is probably as well as I've seen Andrew Jones play going back to his freshman year in 16-17. Think about that, 6 years on the 40 acres.
Long time for the former McDonald's All-America, who is now 9 for his last 20 from beyond the arc.
I love his aggressiveness.
It's hand-to-hand combat inside, and the whistle blows, and time stops with 11:57 to go. We have our second media timeout. The Longhorns, ranked 20th in the country, have built a 6-point lead on the road in Morgantown.
There's a timeout.
Phillips 66 presents the Mutual Musicians Foundation. Jazz has just one rule: always come back to the beat. They get that here, where since 1917, all the great ones have played. Charlie, Big Joe, and plenty of others you might not know. And from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. each weekend, you can still hear the players sticking to the beat. Live to the full with Phillips 66.
Expand your limits in the 2022 Lexus GX with Apple CarPlay support.
Get 2.49% APR financing on the 2022 GX 460.
New Spicy Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Hurts so good. With this spicy marinara sauce and sliced red chilies, it's like a roundhouse kick to the taste buds. Now don't be bashful with the fiery flakes. The new Spicy Lovers Pizza. Get it before it's gone. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
And Doug. We gotta tell people that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. And we gotta do it fast.
Woo! 34 miles per hour! New personal record, Limu!
He'll be back. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
At Domino's, when you order carry-out online, we'll tip you $3 to use on your next order for being your own delivery driver. Because every great delivery driver deserves a tip.
What was that?
Domino's tipped me $3. Only at Domino's.
Men put their skin through a lot. Day in, day out. That's why Dove Men Body Wash has skin-strengthening nutrients and moisturizers that help rebuild your skin. Dove Men Plus Care. Smoother, healthier skin with every shower.
You know, in the old days, there were no lights, no heat. Nowadays, you just plug everything into your car.
We are out of pesto.
I'll make a run.
Your journey at its most evolved. The fully electric Hyundai Ioniq 5 with two-way charging.
I need you to see.
To all the kisses that led to this one. Celebrate every kiss with Kay.
John and Zubin in the studio. Michigan State in the final seconds to win.
Yeah, don't settle for a three. Oh, yep, take the three. Got to match up. Trevion Williams sags. Huge shot by Tyson Walker.
68-65 over the top 5 Boilers, guys.
Final minute of that game, Rich, took 19 minutes. Elam ending on line 1.
Yeah, a referee's dream. Here's a look at Joe Lunardi's bracketology. Bids by conference. For a long time, the Big 12 had 7, maybe 8 teams going in. Now it's down to 6, and the Big 10 has 9 teams in.
Well, the Big 10 has 15, obviously. But as we've seen from the Big 12 this year, they have beaten up on each other. The Big 12, Rich, is 28-14 versus the other 5 power conference opponents. And also, they've won a record this year, 83% of their non-conference games. Every single Big 12 team has a top 25 win.
You've said it from halfway through the season on. It's cannibalism.
Yeah.
All the good teams are beating each other. Well, there's another triple by Jones.
Yeah, I love the way Andrew Jones is playing. He's almost playing with a sense of urgency that this may be it for him. And believe it or not, he could actually come back for a 7th year if he chose to.
Texas now 9 for 12 from the field. There's another finish at close range. Who are these Mountaineers?
No, I like it. Paulie Camp is He is put together really well. He's listed at 6'8". He's probably a little smaller. Started his career at Manhattan College. I know that place.
As Febris for three. Everything's falling for Texas.
Well, this is a good sign for Chris Beard because he is, and it's taken a whole season, he's starting to get comfortable with a set group, both starting and off the bench. Remember, no Trey Mitchell right now, who's home for personal reasons.
6 different Longhorns have already scored, led by Febris with 8. That one's off the mark from Mosaboyan. Texas with a chance to extend an 8-point lead. Already 20 wins this season for the Longhorns, but they have third weekend aspirations in March. Here's Johnson, the steal, and he's taken down. A hard foul by who else? Brock Cunningham.
It's a good hard foul. It's going to be reviewed, and it may be ended up a flagrant one. And I think if I'm West Virginia right now, these players just get away. Brock Cunningham is an igniter, usually for his team. Take a look right here. Now,
it looks intentional.
I'll tell you what it is. It's a hard foul. He definitely plays the ball, but it's excessive. Okay? He's thinking he's playing the ball. I believe this is excessive. It's not severe and extreme, which would warrant a flagrant 2.
And there's that respect that we talked about earlier. Bob Huggins was arguing with the officials. Chris wanted to come over and assure him that it wasn't a dirty play.
I think Chris is also making sure that Bob doesn't get an advantage.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't care about his relationship with Bob right now. Trust me. Now,
everyone wants their pound of flesh.
Yeah, here's the deal. Brock Cunningham, let's watch right now. He definitely goes through the body to play the ball, but in my opinion, it's severe. Excuse me, it's excessive. By rule, an excessively hard foul is a flagrant 1. Severe and extreme would be a flagrant 2 and an ejection. Now, keep this in mind, Rich. Brock Cunningham, in 29 games in his career, when he plays 15 minutes or more, his team is 20-9. So there's a reason he gets a lot of time, because he makes hustle plays. I believe this should be a flagrant 1. It should be West Virginia's ball. 2 shots and the ball underneath. Got 3 very good officials over there.
There's Gary Maxwell on the right, Keith Kimball in the middle, and Jeff Hartness on the left. And as soon as they make their final decision, we'll let you know exactly what it is.
I'm surprised.
And it is going to be called a flagrant 2 on Brock Cunningham.
I disagree. I definitely disagree. I do not think that was severe and extreme. But remember, it's a judgment call. One group of 3 officials could go one way, the other could go the other. Now you judge at home. Is this excessive or is it severe and extreme? I think because he got up top on the head is why it's been ruled that way.
Well, the crowd loves it, and Brock Cunningham is paying into it with the horns up as he goes to the locker room. But Texas is going to be without one of their key bench players for the rest of the game, and there's just 9.5 minutes gone by in the first half. So Chris Beard already without Trey Mitchell for the last few games, including today, and now without another frontline player in Brock Cunningham.
So Gary Maxwell explained it this way. Because he played and the contact was through the head, he did not believe that Cunningham played the ball. I would disagree, okay? To me, it's a flagrant 1, but it is a judgment call, and we move on. Now, there's a technical foul on Kedrian Johnson for retaliating after the foul. 2 shots here, 2 shots the other end. Ball out of bounds, West Virginia.
Actually, it was my bad, friend. The foul was committed on Malik Curry.
Got it. That's right.
So Curry will be shooting as well. Jones hits the first of the 2 technical fouls. And he misses the second. Normally an 83% free throw shooter. So that builds the lead to 9 for the Longhorns, but now it's 2 shots and the basketball.
Now keep in mind, because I disagree with it doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It is a judgment call as to whether it should be flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. I personally thought it was a hard foul, but not severe and extreme.
Curry nearly automatic from the line in Big 12 play, 89% free throw shooter in conference play. He hits the first, and he's got the second, and it will be West Virginia basketball. Curry inbounds under their own basket. And it's tipped by Askew out of bounds. It'll stay West Virginia basketball.
Very fortunate right there. The 5 count was on, and Malik Curry had to get rid of it, and luckily it was deflected. Well, you'll see a smaller Texas team today with 4 guards.
Curry had it partially blocked, and another foul is going to be called.
That's a play, Rich. Keith Kimball blew that whistle late. I never had a problem with an official. Let's watch right here. Contact at the very end, a good call. Never have a problem with an official waiting a half a tick to blow the whistle just to make sure. And it was obvious there was contact at the end of that shot.
And Fran, you talk about Texas playing small. Right now, Bob Huggins has a smaller lineup out there. Biggest guy on the floor is really Jalen Bridges, along with Paulie Pauly.
Yeah, exactly.
Whose advantage is
for Texas?
Well, the advantage is to Texas today because they have better offensive players. But as we've seen so far, West Virginia at home, good crowd. We'll see if that hard foul spurs West Virginia a little bit.
Both of these teams, good free throw shooting clubs as Pauly Cap hits them both. And he's got an early 7 that matches his season high for the Mountaineers.
Trust me, as difficult and disappointing as Texas feels about losing Brock Cunningham, guys like Askew, Timmy Allen, some guys that are going to get expanded minutes today, and they'll be pumped up.
Texas already with 3 players with 2 fouls apiece.
Strong.
Timmy Allen, strong move.
He went right through Jalen Bridges like Bridges was tissue paper. Seriously. There's no way Jalen Bridges could give up that much ground that easily.
Here's McNeil, one of the better 3-point shooters in the league, and he knocks down his first.
What you like about McNeil and Sherman is they can get their own shot versus good defenders. Good example right there. Both of those guys are good in the ISO game.
Another good sign offensively for West Virginia because McNeil has really struggled his last handful of games. Here's Jones. Spin move, 2 feet in the paint, and the floater doesn't go. The rebound to Cottrell.
Andrew's been very aggressive going to the basket lately, Rich. This season, he makes 70% of his shots at the rim. See that?
Crossover. Can't cash it in. And the foul's going to go on Jalen Bridges, a silly foul by number 11.
What I don't like about that is Bridges just got burned on one end, and then he commits a foul 90 feet away. I was expecting more from Jalen Bridges this season, honestly. I expected a step up like an Ochai Agbaji sophomore, freshman year to sophomore year step up. And for whatever reason, it hasn't been there. He's still averaging nearly 10 points a game. I think that kid's got a lot of potential.
Had an 18-point outburst against the Longhorns in Austin to open Big 12 play. And there's another foul called.
Well, this is where Timmy Allen does his best work. At 6'6", 10 feet and in, he is really hard to handle.
Sunday afternoon, we have an AAC basketball doubleheader on ESPN in the app at 12:30 Eastern. Number 14, Houston, hosting SMU. Then Wichita State meets Memphis at the FedEx Forum. Both important games, part of the Road to Champ Week, presented by Wendy's.
SMU having a fabulous season, 20 wins already. Their net is not high. That game in Houston, they've already beaten the Cougs once. That's a huge opportunity for the resume building for Tim Jankovich's club, but they have been outstanding this season.
How about the Memphis Tigers working their way into bubble consideration?
They have. You know, that was why SMU's win over them by 20 was so important. There you go. SMU and Memphis squarely in the mix.
And for all you Big 12 fans, even though you don't see Kansas State's name on that list, they are still in consideration to be on that bubble. They need a couple more wins before the Big 12 tournament starts.
Well, they're playing Iowa State right now. And a huge game for them at Bramwich Coliseum. Good double team right here.
5 on the shot clock. Curry had it blocked, got it back. Left hand off the window, no good. And here come the Longhorns. Up 5 with the ball, 8.5 to go in the first.
Who's that? Is it our guy?
That's Paulie.
No, it's not. I thought it was Gabe Osaboyan because Gabe's only taken 22 charges this year. So Paulie Camp, take a look right here. That's kind of a cheesy one. I got to be honest. That's a cheesy one. I'm not even sure Paulie Camp was set legally right there when the contact was initiated by Dylan Dessou. A lot of times an official will be running back to get in position. There'll be contact. He'll look late and think that he saw what he saw. Not sure about that one. I'd be upset if I were Chris Beard.
Here's Osaboyan. Tried to force it in. McNeil comes away with it. Now 10 on the shot clock. Sherman guarded by Jones. 5 to shoot. And he's short on that three-point attempt. Paulie Cap going to be whistled for another foul. 7:48 to go. 2 physical teams showing why they're so physical. Almost more fouls called than points in this one from WVU Coliseum.
Fans, did you know that 1 in 8...
5-Hour Energy, because it's time to hit the gym and work up a sweat. And you're going to need some energy, lots of energy. 5-Hour Energy. For every workout.
A lot of people assume coaches are looking at plays on that clipboard.
Just like they assume they can't afford great insurance.
I like it.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, call or click to get a quote today.
What's up, Jones?
Jones.
Jones. Woo! Jonas?
It's keeping up with the Jonases now.
Try to keep up, whoever you are.
Stay ahead in the all-new Tundra.
We all need help. Just different kinds. Maybe you need a little. Maybe you need a lot. At H&R Block, get the expert tax help you need. Online and in person. Help is here.
RockAuto.com has brake kits that match your driving needs, like PowerStop's brake upgrade kits for your daily driver, for high-performance vehicles, and for trucks and SUVs. Shop now at RockAuto.com.
If this thing ever got out...
Here we go.
Children love dressing up as superheroes. Now, they can be vaccine heroes. Vaccination is the best way to protect against COVID-19 and save lives. Be a vaccine hero. Get vaccinated. For more information about COVID-19 vaccines for children, visit nyc.gov/COVID vaccine or call 212-COVID-19.
Your life, your hopes, your passions. These things are none of our business. Your deodorant rash, your favorite cheese, and whatever you were searching for at 1:15 a.m. That's really none of our business. Because your life is private. And unlike other tech companies, we think your internet should be too. Oh, what kind of talk is that? That's none of our business either. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
You're watching the Big 12 on ESPN with Fran Fraschilla. I'm Rich Hollenberg from a sold-out WVU Coliseum. Bob Huggins and his Mountaineers trailing right now by a score of 27-22 to the 20th ranked Texas Longhorns. Here's what Joe Lunardi says about the projected seeds of the 6 teams he currently has in the Big 12. And of course, at the top of that list, Kansas and Baylor, and they play later tonight.
8 o'clock, College game day is there. That will be fun. Baylor absolutely annihilated in the first meeting in Lawrence. Wasn't ever close.
Askew for 3. Some rare scoring from Devin Askew.
Rich, he's played a lot of minutes today, and I really like the way he plays. With all due respect to Marcus Carr, who is a scorer, remember 19 points a game in Minnesota last year. Askew, to me, is a ball mover, and he's not going to score like Marcus does, and Marcus certainly is valuable, but more as a scorer, Askew more as a playmaker. I like that.
There's McNeil guarded closely by Ramey. 7 on the shot clock. McNeil blocked. Timmy Allen got the block. They call it jump ball, and it's going to stay West Virginia basketball.
Possession arrow to the Mountaineers.
Sean was trying to work his way into the lane, and Timmy Allen did a nice job. Watch this. Watch the head fake. And Timmy's going to get all ball at the top. Nice little piece of hustle right there by the young man from Mesa, Arizona. Played 3 years at Utah for Larry Kostowiak.
Catch and shoot. Sherman, no.
Had to shoot that. Shot clock at 2.
Here's Allen. Had it taken away.
I think, Rich, that ball just slipped out of his hands right there. Good jump stop, just couldn't control it.
Curry to Osaboyan, who go to the line. Well, Gabe Osaboyan is a Mountaineer man. He does all the dirty work for Bob Huggins, deflections, charges, but all of a sudden he's been more of a scorer lately. Had a career-high 19 last time out at Iowa State.
Yep, it's good to see. He's a very important player for this team. He transferred from Arkansas, originally recruited by Mike Anderson, who's now at St. John's. Actually was a high school teammate of Avery Benson, who is on that Texas bench. Avery, an Arkansas kid. They played high school basketball at Southwest Christian Academy in Little Rock.
Checking in for the Mountaineers, Seth Wilson.
You sent me a great article on Gabe Osaboyan from back in those days when he first was with Arkansas, and his high school coach said he was taking charges back as a high school kid.
Yeah, it's crazy that he's a young guy. He knew his role, and 22 charges this year, Rich, is enormous. 179 deflections. Not steals, deflections. And sometimes those balls are knocked out of bounds and still disrupt your offense.
Texas shooting a blistering 11 for 15 from the field. They're 8 of their last 9, and now with that Timmy Allen bucket, they're 9 of their last 10.
That's his real estate right there. You might as well put Allenville in the high paint, because that's where he operates and lives.
It's not quite Logan or Martinsburg, West Virginia. It's Allensville.
Let's watch Timmy Allen right here. He's a great cutter off the ball. As we've said many times, in this league, to attack, help defense the way we see it, you have to be an off-ball cutter to have some success. And good example right there. But Timmy in that 10 to 15 feet range is where he's always buttered his bread.
Transfer from Utah. This is his first time playing in this building, but his brother, Teddy Allen, played a season here.
Had a cup of coffee here with Coach Huggins. The marriage didn't last long.
Now playing in New Mexico, scoring in bunches as usual.
Fourth school.
There's a two-hand rebound by Damon Kerrigan.
Teddy Allen's like Starbucks. You can have a cup of coffee in a lot of different places. Right now, it's Las Cruces.
Teddy had 41 against Abilene Christian earlier this year.
Yep.
And there's a 2 by Seth Wilson, backup freshman point guard.
Getting more and more time lately. He's from Lorain, Ohio, on the west side of Cleveland. Kobe Johnson, who we have not seen yet, I don't believe, another freshman guard from Northeast Ohio. But Seth is an aggressive scorer.
Good matchup here. Sherman guarding Jones. Off the screen, and Andrew Jones has his third three of the first half.
Rich, it probably coincides with obviously the 3 20-point games in a row, but there's a certain unconsciousness to the way Andrew Jones is finishing his career.
Well, they called that a two-pointer, said he had his foot on the line. We'll look again.
I don't want to say he's playing carefree, but he's playing carefree. He's basically saying, I'm just going to keep playing, and he's putting ball in the basket.
Malik Curry corrected, that was a three. Earlier, one of his threes was counted as a two, so 9 points now for Andrew Jones as Malik Curry makes the free throw. Jones playing in his 130th game as a Texas Longhorn.
Keep in mind, Rich, the reason we haven't seen Carr, Dylan DeSue, and Chase Febris all have 2 each.
Free throw lane violation.
So Kevin Askew is taking advantage of those minutes we talked about.
And after the free throw lane violation by Texas, Malik Curry gets another shot at a second free throw, and he makes it count.
And as you mentioned earlier, not a guy you want to give a second opportunity to
absolutely
make a free throw.
Four and a half minutes to go in the first half. Texas with a 7-point lead. With 7 to shoot, Jones does. And it was halfway down before it rimmed out.
Great look by Andrew Jones. He'll keep shooting that, I guarantee you.
4 minutes left. You would think that Taz Sherman would get the bulk of the looks offensively for West Virginia.
Well, Andrew Jones is locking in on him, isn't he? Did that help?
Now 5 on the shot clock. Here's Curry. Got a rhythm dribble and made it count.
Rich, you know this. He missed 18 straight threes until he went 2 for 2 the other night up in Morgantown.
And that's only his 6th on the season, but it's a big one. It brings West Virginia to within 4 with 3:35 to go. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Wendy's new Hot Honey Chicken Sandwich. Also available on a biscuit at breakfast at participating Wendy's.
Forged from the fusion of sweet honey and spicy spice, Wendy's new Hot Honey Chicken Biscuit and Sandwich. A marvelous marvel of sweet, sweet heat. Cast atop crispy bacon and Wendy's spicy chicken. Because a true sandwich smith knows that flavor like this can
only be forged at a Wendy's.
Willie?
Huh? Oh, right.
Thank you. So sorry. No, it was nice. I liked it.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new Hot Honey Chicken Sandwich or biscuit at breakfast.
Timeout. You need more room. With a cash-out refinance from Rocket Mortgage, you can make more space for game day.
When you need more space in your place, Rocket can.
Getting close, even when the elements try to keep you apart. Warming their hearts in the middle of a blizzard. Saving the day during a stormy night. Never missing a single goal. Despite the storms, despite the darkness, Bosch Envision windshield wipers handle the harshest nighttime conditions to help you reach life's important moments. See what matters most with Bosch. Go to AutoZone now for a special offer.
Check out this Verbo.
Oh man, look at me. Here I am, right where I belong. It's all I've been looking for and so much more, and now I'm here, now you're here. Nothing can go wrong, 'cause I am right where I belong.
There we go. One more. 1, 2, 1. There we go. One more. That's all you got. 1, 2. There we go. Nice. Nice swing. You got it. You got it. All right.
Let me tell you, you want to be successful? You gotta hustle. You gotta go the extra mile. Make a name for yourself. Have a firm grip. Always dress for success, and you gotta show them who's boss.
Thanks for coming in. We'll get back to you. Hustle, sure, but for what matters. When you do, it leads to amazing.
Welcome to the next level. The all-new Lexus NX.
John and Zubin coming up on the E-Trade Halftime Report. America's bracketologist Joe Lenardi will be here. We'll talk about Purdue's last-second loss and how Carolina's faring. We'll take you all around the country. What are you seeing here in the first half? An interesting call.
Yeah, no, an absolutely deplorable flagrant 2 call. I mean, look, we are so overly physical with hands on the ball handler, fighting in the post, yet we kick a guy out of a game for just a hard foul. I really struggle to make sense of it sometimes.
Fellas, that's his opinion. Fran, I know you concur. Should have been a flagrant run. We'll see at the half.
Yeah, a judgment call, you know, and I get it. I thought it was a flagrant one, but on the other hand, Brock Cunningham is a tough kid who's got a reputation of making those hard foul type plays, and you know, if it's Andrew Jones or Taz Sherman, probably not ejected. My opinion.
Has the proverbial target on his back
a little bit.
Opposing fans and maybe from the referees as well. There's a foul. We're going the other way.
Offensive foul whistled on Texas's #1, Andrew Jones.
Let's watch now. Here's the drive. It's close. I don't think he was set, but remember, he's allowed to move sideways once he establishes legal guarding position.
A chance for the Mountaineers to get it to within 1 possession. Bridges blocked by Bishop.
Bridges had a shot at 10 feet and then took himself into a block shot.
Bishop second in the league in blocks per game.
Good
nice
cut.
Pass.
Yep. Excellent cut. Rich, there's an example. Everybody in the Big 12 is doing this. When you play the kind of defense that we see, right, 5 on one side, you must make a defense that helps so much pay with off-ball cutting. So it's not just Timmy Allen or different guys in the league. Everybody is off-ball cutting in this league if you want to get scoring opportunities.
Ramey, a 72% free throw shooter,
Jace
hits the
Febris
first.
checks in for the Longhorns.
Febris back with 2. We haven't seen Carr. Yep. In part because Devin Askew's done a nice job of placeholding for him.
And Febris had a good first half, 8 points so far. So Ramey goes 2 for 2, 4 points for him, 6-point Mountaineers deficit with the ball.
I've definitely adjusted my philosophy. I was coaching today. I would play more guys with 2 fouls in the first half. I think you have a tendency sometimes to foul out a good player by making him sit for 15 minutes.
There's Curry. He's taking Allen to the cup. Left-hand layup, no good.
Good kick ahead.
Ramey with the lob. Oh, and they can't finish it. Timmy Allen tried to catch that alley-oop in traffic, but the ball went out of bounds.
Great job by Devin Askew. Give it up right away to Ramey. Let's see if we see it. Yeah, they've already given it up, and there's a foul at the other end.
That's his third.
But what I loved about that play is Devin Askew had that ball for a split second, recognized that Ramey had 3 steps on him, kicked it in.
And now that's 3 fouls on Pauly Paulica.
That was a foul, despite the fact that I love these fans here.
Today's full day of college hoops rolls on with these matchups on ESPN at 4 Eastern. Number 3 Auburn taking on number 17 Tennessee in Knoxville. Then 7th-ranked Duke squares off against Syracuse. Maybe the final time Jim Boeheim and Coach K coach against each other. And then at 8 Eastern, number 10 Baylor hosting number 5 Kansas.
Coach K going out in style, got a great team. It wouldn't surprise me if there'll be a few more coaching retirements, Rich. I just think the game is changing. And some of the guys that have done it for a very long time, I could see maybe getting a little bit tired of it and moving on to enjoying the rest of their lives.
I love these Mountaineer maniacs behind us, Fran, the student section. They were chanting, "Teddy's better," when Timmy Allen was at the line.
I would disagree with that.
They do their homework, though.
They do their homework. Showing a little zone here. I'm not sure it's a zone. It's not. They like to show the zone, put their hands up like it's a zone, like they're playing man-to-man.
How does West Virginia change their offense?
Well, they got to recognize it earlier, and that's a good sign right there. Because Malik Curry has started to really score points. The transfer from ODU, because that was not his strength for 80% of the season.
And after not scoring for 2.5 minutes from the field, Timmy Allen changes that.
Teddy is not better. Yeah. Teddy's good. You're good, Teddy. Teddy buckets. Your brother's pretty good, too.
Averaging 12 points and 6 boards on a Big 12 team for Timmy Allen. That's pretty good. That's tops in the categories on his team.
Last year, he was first team All-Pac-12 at Utah.
Here's Curry feeling it and getting it.
Good. It's good. Excellent sign for West Virginia. They don't have to rely on Sherman and McNeil as much, with Curry picking up the offense lately.
Only player in this game in double figures is Malik Curry. He's got a dozen. Coming up on 1 minute to go. And a whistle before the shot.
Take a look right here, coming off, like we mentioned, 19 points in 21 minutes at Iowa State. Remember earlier in the year, he dropped 23 at Allen Fieldhouse, so he's very capable. But he just gives Bob Huggins another weapon on the perimeter. Still don't get a lot of inside scoring, however.
Front end of the 1-and-1, no good. Scramble for the loose ball, and they're going to call a jump ball. It's going to stay Texas basketball.
Held ball, possession arrow to Texas.
And just to continue that conversation on Malik Curry, when you talk to him about his season, he said he's always been a slow starter. Even when he was at Old Dominion, his season's always started slow and gotten better in conference play, and it's been exactly that for the Mountaineers.
Well, that's not always the best thing for a team, trust me. Especially when your team is struggling in the early part of conference play. They've struggled all conference play, obviously, but I don't want to hear that if I'm coaching, trust me.
Another foul before the shot. That's going to go on Isaiah Cottrell.
How long is he going to be at West Virginia?
1 year.
1 year? Okay, well, if you don't mind, can you start a little earlier next time?
Maybe play some pickup ball before the season started?
Courtney Ramey, 2 shots.
But he certainly played well lately, and that's a good sign
Absolutely.
for him and for his teammates.
At 14 against Texas in Austin to start Big 12 play. Has a dozen this afternoon, and Courtney Ramey makes the first of 2 free throws. And the second. So under a minute to go, Texas has themselves a 7-point lead, ranked 20th in the country, looking for their 10th conference win of the season. Here's Curry. Went for the throwdown and got fouled.
I just love the aggressiveness. Great job. Gets to his left hand. Once he gets by his man, he is going to try to throw this down. And the likelihood is you're going to have to body him and foul him. And easy call, but good aggressive play by the young man from Wilmington, Delaware.
Malik Curry shooting 2.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got some magic in the Big 12 tournament.
He's got a baker's dozen this afternoon.
Kobe Johnson.
And now we'll see Kobe Johnson, number 2 in blue for the first time this afternoon. And maybe more importantly, Taz Sherman back on the floor for the final 35 seconds of the first half.
Taz only has 4 today.
Curry goes 1 for 2, his first miss from the free throw line this afternoon.
If I were West Virginia and this ball went through the basket, I would call timeout to stop the game clock. The shot clock doesn't begin until the ball's in.
About 4.5 second differential between shot clock and game clock.
Ball goes in, I would take a timeout to stop the game clock.
Ramey left alone on the wing. Off to the right, offensive rebound blocked. And 5 seconds to go. West Virginia has a shot at one more. And Curry back rims it.
Your halftime score.
The musket goes off in WVU Coliseum. That signals the end of the first half. But it was a lightning quick first half for the Texas offense, shooting 71% from the field and 83% from three-point percentage. The Longhorns are 17-1 when they lead at the half this season, and they lead on the road against West Virginia 43-37. When we come back, it's the halftime report.
Rich, thanks. And it's the shorthanded Longhorns to boot. The E-Trade halftime report is underway. Kentucky's got Wheeler back. They've got Ty back. Razorbacks are on fire.
Yeah, the Razorbacks have J.D. Note. J.D. Note, he's got 18 points in the first half here. I mean, this is a team that plays with great pace. They push the tempo. They're very confident when they move the basketball. Now, the key is to make shots. You make shots and get a Kentucky defense chasing, then it's going to be trouble for Kentucky. Of course, you're getting the production from Oscar Tshiebwe, 14 points, 5 of 10 from the field, but ultimately you need to get the guards going in this game if you want to make a game of it.
Once again, we'll keep tabs on this one. This is a big game here for Arkansas. 34-27. They've been a very tough
fun teams, by the way. Two really fun teams.
Tough out at Bud Walton. You can ask Auburn about that great finish. Purdue, Michigan State. Bingham Jr. is going to put them up 5. They look okay.
Look, they executed well, but the key was their effort matched their intensity. Their effort.
They're red hot. The balance, they spread it out. Marcus Carr, 2 fouls, only played 4 minutes. That's a good sign for Texas. I thought a complete first half offensively for the Longhorns.
Andrew Jones had 9 points, but maybe surprisingly, Jace Febris chipped in with 8. Devin Askew had 5. Those two combined for basically 5 points a game, and they have 13 in the first half here. Malik Curry leading the way for the Mountaineers with 13, and he's on the floor to start the second half. Kedrian Johnson, that hip injury bothering him. He'll be coming off the bench for Bob Huggins.
And remember, Taz Sherman, 4 points. Sean McNeil, 3 points. Mountaineers cannot win if they are going to be that lackadaisical offensively. Let's put it down there.
Second highest scoring backcourt in the Big 12 behind Abaji and Brown. And there's Sean McNeil right on cue.
Yep, and both of those guys, as we mentioned, you don't have to run offense for them. They can certainly play in an isolation game. Good example right there.
Marcus Carr off the dribble.
Nicely done. Good start for Marcus, who had those 2 fouls and was saddled with them when we played about 4 minutes, a little less.
Remember, the second half for West Virginia has been nightmarish for most of this season. They led by 10 in Ames at Iowa State and ended up losing that game last time out.
What is it? They got outscored in the second half by 10 points a game.
Why do you think that is?
It's a great question. I was always a fanatic about warming up hard to come out of the locker room. I don't study these guys as much as I should at halftime, but I don't like it when my team went through the motions to warm up when you came out.
4 on the shot clock. Here's Cottrell.
Should have shot it.
He got it off, and he got it in.
All right.
Isaiah Cottrell with his 10th three-pointer this season.
So that'll raise him up into about that 25% range. Yeah, I thought he should have shot the first one. He made it more difficult, but he made it.
Now we have ourselves a 1-possession ball game a minute and a half into the second half. Here's Ramey. Again, no Brock Cunningham in this second half. He was ejected with an intentional foul in the first half for Texas.
Watch Isaiah Cottrell now, right here, young man we talked about. Had the shot right there, passes it up, step back, a little tougher. Over Bishop, knocks it down.
The Mountaineers bench loves it.
Timmy Allen, 2 shots.
Timmy Allen had 9 points in the first half, averages 11.9 on the season. That's tops on the Longhorns. And a good free throw shooter at 74%. He's 4 for 5 now this afternoon from the stripe. Gabe Osaboyan now on the floor for Bob Huggins. There's the career numbers for Timmy Allen in some very rare air. The only major conference player with 1,600 plus points, 700 plus rebounds, and 300 plus assists.
Yeah, that is a product of a great 3 years at Utah, where he had 21 games of 20 plus points or more.
Now Timmy Allen with 11 on the game. He's the first Longhorn in double digits. Underneath, and the foul is going to go on Texas.
Texas again playing without Brock Cunningham, who was ejected in the first
Texas
half
foul
on
called at number 32.
Flagrant 2 call. I thought it was a flagrant
Second,
1.5.
team
But
foul number 1.
judgment call, so they don't have him available. Trey Mitchell,
Malik Curry at the line
Rich, as
for
you
the
mentioned
Mountaineers, 2
earlier,
shots.
not with the team. The transfer from UMass out of Pittsburgh took essentially a personal leave of absence to go back home.
14 points now for Malik Curry, making the most of his extended minutes in this contest. Had 14 at Texas last time to open Big 12 play on January 1st. And he surpassed that already 2 minutes into the second half.
How does a guy with a near 90% free throw stroke miss 18 straight threes?
In today's college basketball, it's usually the opposite.
Yeah.
They make their threes and miss their free throws. That ball out of bounds. Gary Maxwell says it's West Virginia basketball.
Well, we were sort of joking about it at the half, but the way Texas shot the ball in the first half, it's hard to ask them to duplicate that. And that was good news, bad news for the Mountaineers, because they were only down 6 at the half.
They're down 3 now. They could tie it with a triple.
Nice.
Cottrell double team, gives it up. And a hard foul again on the Longhorns. This time Gabe Osaboyan hits the deck.
Great cut here by Gabe. Probably could have caught it and gone straight up. They'll take a look at this. First of all, he's a great passer, Gabe. Gets it right back, and that dribble slows him down. And again, remember, let's watch this, because when Cunningham was ejected, there was a hard foul up top in that head area. To me, this is either a common foul or a flagrant one. Let's watch it again. This is all judgment on the part of the official. There's a cut. Here comes Jones.
There was a hard foul on Bishop, and then a hard foul on Ramey as well.
Yeah, so watch this. Bishop really pops him. You know, to me, it's just a follow-through on a hard foul. I could live with a flagrant one, which is excessive contact. I disagreed with the first call earlier in the game. And you see them right now rewinding the video on the DV unit.
I find it interesting that Chris Beard has taken his huddle all the way away from their bench. Why? Because this West Virginia crowd has been so loud this afternoon that he's got to get his team together and get them galvanized and unified after whatever this call is going to be.
Well, that bench also means he's close enough to the official where he can talk to Gary Maxwell. I can live with a flagrant one.
That is going to be the call, a flagrant one.
Again, it is a judgment call, and you got 3 choices: common foul, and then if it's an excessive foul, especially in the head area, they'll call it a flagrant one. And then we saw earlier a severe and extreme flagrant 2.
And here's the issue for West Virginia. Gabe Osaboyan shooting these free throws, and he is not a good free throw shooter.
A nightmare. Under 40.
And he misses the first one. Gabe does a lot of things. Shooting free throws is not one of them that he does particularly well. He made 1 for 2. That's better than his season average.
When I had big guys I couldn't shoot free throws, I prayed for 1 for 2. And now they get the ball back underneath again.
Right. And if they hit a 3, they're back in the lead. West Virginia's last lead was 10-8 in the opening moments of the first half. And Malik Curry calls a timeout for West Virginia to diagnose what Chris Beard had set up on defense. We have a timeout on the floor, 17:27 to go. West Virginia trailing by just 2.
5-Hour Energy, because it's time to hit the gym and work up a sweat. And you're going to need some energy, lots of energy. 5-Hour Energy for every workout.
Check out this Verbo. Oh, man. Look at me. Here I am.
right where I belong. It's all I've been looking for and so much more, and now I'm here, now you're here. Nothing can go wrong 'cause I am right where I belong.
For 3 generations, Sargento has stood for real, natural cheese. Because when you make it real, you discover the power of real.
Sargento. We're real cheese people.
My name is Lolly, and I'm a franchisee with Domino's. I started working part-time at 17 and worked my way up to owning and operating 2 stores by 27. 95% of our franchisees started out as delivery drivers or store employees, and you could too. Apply to your local Domino's today.
You promised to get there, and you will. Bosch and Vision wipers help break through adverse conditions, so you're there for those who count on you when it counts the most. See what matters most with Bosch.
And I walk out, and my car is dented.
Well, Geico does offer 24/7 claim service with personalised attention from an assigned team.
24/7? That's a lot of attention.
They're not actually with you 24/7. They're just available whenever you need them.
Oh, okay, good. Because I took an online quiz, and it turns out I'm an introvert.
Oh, I actually think I'm an introvert too.
Oh, no, it's incredibly rare.
I don't think that's right.
Sorry.
Okay.
Geico, your claims team is here for you 24/7.
The all-new Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Wendy's new Hot Honey Chicken Sandwich. Also available on a biscuit at breakfast at participating Wendy's. Alongside Fran Fraschilla, Rich Hollenberg on hand inside a sold-out WVU Coliseum. And there is Robert Huggins, and he is not above using his sartorial splendor to change the momentum of his team. Last week, he threw off the quarter zip pullover and went with a full zip. Today he's in short sleeves, Fran.
It's a little warm in here. But this guy's been heating up. Malik Curry, right on time for Bob Huggins, and we got a tie game. Hard to believe that this team has one win since January 11th. That's crazy.
Great double team and pressure, and Cottrell knocks it out of bounds. Well, you talk about Bob being a finalist again for the Hall of Fame. He should get in. It's a matter of when, not if. But 914 wins. If he wins today, it'll be his 100th career Big 12 victory.
And it's a tough league. And he's had his ups and downs, mostly ups in the league. Done a great job. Remember, he played here in the 70s. 40 years as a head coach.
Also 324 career wins at his alma mater. He's the only coach ever besides Roy Williams to win 300 or more games at 2 different universities.
He is not thinking about any of that right now, trust me.
Just wants a win.
Travel.
And a traveling violation called on Texas.
Yep.
That's their 8th turnover of the afternoon, and West Virginia has the ball and a chance to take the lead.
What's crazy about West Virginia, Rich, is what were they, 11-2 coming into conference play? They've played the 3rd toughest schedule in the country all season, but none of that really matters. No moral victories.
Yeah. Started the season 12-1 actually, but they've been 2-13 since.
Yeah.
And Osaboyan, aggressive in the paint, draws the foul again.
This is good news, bad news. It really is, because you love the way Gabe is playing. But if he doesn't make the layup, now it becomes a matter of chance being an under 50% shooter from the line.
Osaboyan has taken 179 deflections coming in and 22 charges Hey, our NBA Saturday primetime matchup, the Nets in Milwaukee to take on the Bucks. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 8 Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app.
The Nets started the season with a former Mountaineer, Javon Carter, on their roster, and he now plays for the Milwaukee Bucks.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I was going to call that the Javon Carter Bowl.
Yeah. Javon has hung around that league, not surprisingly to us, for a while now. Yeah.
2 for 2 for Gabe. And West Virginia's back on top by 2 for the first time since the score was 10-8.
Guess what? This is about as loud as they've gotten today.
Tipped away. And McNeil has it. Here's Sherman. And Cottrell can't control the tap back. Here's Timmy Allen in transition. Andrew Jones, who won the game for Texas last year in this building.
Good patience by Texas. I like that.
And Marcus Carr stepped on the sideline. Jeff Hartness was right there. Another Texas turnover.
There's a timeout on the court.
Five-hour energy, because it's time to hit the gym and work up a sweat. And you're going to need some energy, lots of energy. 5-hour energy for every workout.
All-new Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
When you order carryout online from Domino's, we know it takes skill to get pizza from our store through a car door to your front door. So we're going to tip you for delivering your own pizza to yourself. Get a $3 tip just for ordering carryout online, only at Domino's.
So with Geico, we can easily bundle home and car insurance and save even more?
Yeah, home, car, motorcycle, all bundled together. Just like that breakfast burrito.
So can I get chorizo?
Yeah, metaphorically, yeah.
Carnitas.
Just chicken. Just give me a bunch of chicken.
Oh, bacon?
Oh, wait, there isn't too much hot sauce, is there? I have a sensitive palate.
I actually like hot sauce. Can I get chips?
How about guacamole?
I don't really know what we're talking about anymore.
Burritos.
Sure.
Okay.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Getting close, even when the elements try to keep you apart. Warming their hearts in the middle of a blizzard. Saving the day during a stormy night. Never missing a single goal. Despite the storms, despite the darkness, Bosch Envision windshield wipers handle the harshest nighttime conditions to help you reach life's important moments. See what matters most with Bosch. Go to AutoZone now for a special offer.
Check out this Verbo.
Oh, man. Look at me. Here I am. Right where I belong. It's all I've been looking for and so much more. And now I'm here. Now you're here. Nothing can go wrong because I am right where I belong.
The best part about doing things yourself? It's free. Like doing your own taxes with H&R Block free online, where more people can file free than with TurboTax. Help is here.
Wall-to-wall basketball and college hoops. Rolling on with these three matchups on ESPN at 4 Eastern. Number 3 Auburn taking on number 17 Tennessee. 7th-ranked Duke squaring off against Syracuse. And at 8 Eastern, number 10 Baylor hosting number 5 Kansas in the rematch after Kansas manhandled the Bears for the first time in Lawrence, Kansas. Rich Hollenberg, Fran Fraschilla, We've got a 2-point ball game with the Mountaineers up 2 on 20th ranked Texas. They've come out of the gates scoring 12 points to the Longhorns 4 in the second half. They're in the midst of a 7-0 run, and now it's a 9-0 run.
There's that isolation ability of Taz Sherman, who's gotten off to a slow start today, but can heat up at any moment. Well, Texas has cooled off, and West Virginia hanging around in that first half, now taking advantage.
There's Carr. He's been quiet. Just 6 points. 5 on the shot clock. Open 3, Askew too strong. And a 2-hand rebound by Isaiah Cottrell.
Very aggressive rebound by the redshirt freshman.
That's been another fly in the ointment for these Mountaineers. They've been consistently out-rebounded this season.
It's the worst rebounding team Bob Huggins has had in a very long time, Rich.
Osaboyan. No foul called, but it's going to stay West Virginia basketball.
Good aggressive move by Gabe as he finishes out his career. He's a super senior. Looked like all ball twice.
Checking in for Texas, Jace Febres.
Now Andrew Jones to the bench for Chris Beard. Jace Febres, who had 8 points in the first half, is back on the floor. 8 on the shot clock. Now McNeil's going to have to hurry.
Yeah, smart move by Sean. He let it go in the backcourt.
Here's Curry, the runner. No good. Timmy Allen with the rebound.
Love the way Timmy Allen rebounds and goes. Good cut. Had him.
Ripped away by the Mountaineers defense.
Timmy Allen was actually the open man, but that pass went right to Bishop.
Sherman gets fouled trying to dribble through the Longhorns defense.
Texas foul called on number 2, Marcus Carr.
It's going to be on Marcus Carr,
his third. Team foul number 4.
And now Christian Bishop and Marcus Carr off. Dylan DeSue and Courtney Ramey back on for Chris Beard. Texas in the midst of a 4-minute scoring drought. What's been wrong with the offense?
They cooled off. You know, I mean, if you're Bob Huggins, you're telling your team at the half, we're not going to let them shoot 71%. The odds are they're not going to make that many shots again. I think what helped West Virginia was they weren't that far behind at the half, only down 6.
Only 4 points for the Longhorns in the first 6 minutes of the second half. Now with 12 on the clock, West Virginia a chance to extend their lead. His foot was on the line.
Yep.
They counted as a 3. They're going to have to check that.
I don't know what happened there, but when Sean McNeil's the inbounder, the one thing you've got to have is somebody guarding him. He stepped right in and knocked down an easy one.
Here's DeSue. Harassed by Osaboyan. Good ball movement. And
wow.
Febres again. His third triple of the afternoon.
Somehow Malik Curry, who was about 20 feet from us, it looked like either he deflected it or was right in Febres' face.
Jace Febres, a season-high 11 points. And Malik Curry aggressive to the hole, gets fouled and will go to the line.
Rich, let's watch this now. I don't know where the defense is. How do you leave him open as the inbounder? They were double teaming out at midcourt, but Sean McNeil way too dangerous to let that happen. That is a breakdown.
I should never question where his puppies are when it comes to shooting threes.
Yeah.
He's as good as it gets in this conference. Another rare missed free throw by Malik Curry, who has 17.
Marcus Carr for the Longhorns.
Malik Curry 7 for 9 from the free throw line this afternoon. 89% free throw shooter in the Big 12 on the season. And now Curry with 18. It's coming off a 19-point effort against the Cyclones.
Foul whistled on Malik Curry. His second, team foul number 3.
Bob Huggins exhorting his team. They lead by 5 with 13+ minutes to go. stolen away by Seth Wilson. Wilson off the window.
That young man played about 52 minutes in his first 22 games. He's already played more minutes in the last 6 games than he did early in the year. Now, this starts out, Rich, with a poor pass. But watch Seth Wilson. He shoots through the passing lane, and he is off to the races. And then watch him get his feet ready to finish at the rim. Timmy Allen, a little resistance, not much. Freshman from Lorain, Ohio.
Built like a fullback, not a point guard. That three is short, but Marcus Carr got fouled on the shot attempt. And that is a cardinal sin by the West Virginia defense.
Is called for the personal, his third, team foul number 5.
Let's watch his follow through right now.
Marcus Carr.
It's a good call. Yeah. He was fouled. My pet peeve recently, if you're an official, is I am getting tired of offensive players kicking their legs out and penalizing the defense. There, I thought that was an easy call, but that play is driving me nuts.
Feels like forever ago, but in this offseason, Marcus Carr was widely considered the #1 transfer who's switching teams. He was at Minnesota last year. Chris Beard brought him in here, and he's tried to acclimate himself as well as he could to sharing the basketball.
Yeah, he's in some ways he's done a terrific job. He's just not a playmaker. He's not a passer. And you want to talk about going back to ways. Remy Martin was considered the preseason Big 12 Player of the Year too. And right now for Kansas, he's in the Federal Witness Protection Program. We may or may not see Remy the rest of the season as he's getting ready to play Baylor tonight. And unfortunately has suffered a knee injury that's kept him off the court and away from practice. Yeah, those lists don't mean a lot to me.
Osaboyan strong to the cup and gets fouled for his efforts again.
Texas foul call to number 2.
That's Marcus Carr's 4th foul today. 12:20 to go in the contest, and Marcus Carr saddled with 4 personals, and that's going to hasten his departure from the game. It looks like Devin Askews getting set to check in Marcus Carr's place. And Osaboyan's hit his last 3 free throws.
I think he's 6 or 7 right now.
Substitution. Checking in for Texas, Devin Askew.
Remember, no Trey Mitchell. He's away from the team. Brock Cunningham ejected in the first half, and now Marcus Carr with 4. Wow, hot streak.
Gabe's found his stroke from the charity stripe. 7 for 8 today for Osaboyan. All of his points coming from the free throw line.
This is unbelievable that this is now a 7-point lead.
Largest lead of the game, and it's cut by 2 with that Bishop slam.
That's a gamble you don't need to take right there. Bishop is not going to score over you often, but give him a clear path to the rim, different story.
Here's McNeil working on Allen. Good hands by Courtney Ramey, out of bounds. It'll stay West Virginia ball. And with that, we have a timeout with 11:53 to go. 5-point West Virginia lead, and their best 3-point shooter found his 3-point stroke.
What's up, Jones?
Jones.
Jones. Woo! Jonas?
It's keeping up with the Jonases now.
Try to keep up, whoever you are.
Stay ahead in the all-new Tundra.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat in my pants.
Hanging that big old TV with just a little lean. You deserve a delicious Dr. Pepper.
I do?
Oh, yeah, and you're not the only one. Maybe you got the kids to school.
But I was 20 minutes late.
Oh, mama, parenting is hard. And your sweet things are doing great.
I just passed this test that proves I'm not a bot.
Hancock, you sign first.
No king! Gentlemen, have you taken leave of your senses? Who are you gonna bow to? No more genuflecting? The people shall have the right to vote. Even the stupid ones? Yes! Stupid people vote? Yes! Hard! Franklin! Hey, I left my cane in there. What? What do you mean? Hey, that's an expensive cane!
Men put their skin through a lot, day in, day out. That's why Dove Men Body Wash has skin-strengthening nutrients and moisturizers that help rebuild your skin. Dove Men Plus Care, smoother, healthier skin with every shower.
New Spicy Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Hurts so good. With this spicy marinara sauce and sliced red chilies, it's like a roundhouse kick to the taste buds. Now don't be bashful with the fiery flakes. The new Spicy Lovers Pizza. Get it before it's gone. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
A lot of people assume NBA 2K gamers can't play for real.
Just like they assume they can't afford great insurance. But State Farm has rates that fit any budget.
And I never want to play this good again.
And it's too easy.
What's this kid made of?
The surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Thanks a lot for all the support. First of all, it's K-R-Z-Y-Z-E-W-S-K-I.
Every day I had an opportunity to be with the best.
He's been as good as anybody who's ever coached this game.
Well, coming up later today, Coach K coaching against Coach Boeheim for the final time. But next Saturday, it's all about Mike Krzyzewski and Duke.
Yeah, and they'll host North Carolina, and Duke hammered North Carolina in Chapel Hill. Coach K's had a marvelous career. Nice. Wow, no answers right now for Gabe Osabuoyen, a young man from Toronto, Canada. Transferred from Arkansas, and has always been a fan favorite here because of his defensive ability, Rich, as you know. Big 12 all defensive team, but what's gotten into him lately down the stretch?
Coming into this season, only 5 times in over 120 career games has he scored in double digits. And now he's done it 2 games in a row.
He's going to want a 6th season if he can get it.
Largest lead of the game for the Mountaineers.
Stunned at the offense has disappeared for Texas.
Jones, spin move. Contact, no whistle.
Amazing to think this is the 10th place team in the Big 12. Isn't it?
That's why every coach you talk to in this conference says there is no floor in the Big 12.
Nope. Every single night is hand-to-hand combat.
His third, team foul number 6.
Gabe talking to the officials, Larry Harrison calming him down because Gabe has had a propensity this season for technical fouls to the point where Bob Huggins sat him down again. So he's still talking, arguing his case. He's got to move on.
He should know at this point that Bob Huggins is good enough at doing that for him.
More than good enough.
Askew.
I'm interested to see if he really lost his dribble. Huggins doesn't think so.
10 on the shot clock for the Horns.
Got to make a play.
5 to shoot. Askew trying to get around Osabuoyen, and he traveled that time.
That was vintage Gabe Osabuoyen right there. And all of a sudden, Rich, take a look. Watch this. In this league, with all the switching, there are so many good big defenders. Of course, Jonathan Chamo-Chachua was great at it. Marcus Santos Silva as good as it gets. And Gabe Osabuoyen. Those guys really move their feet. Nice cut.
Back door.
Yep. He's a very sneaky passer as well. 42 assists on the year for Gabe coming in.
Fran, I can't hear a word you're saying. It's too loud inside the Coliseum.
Every day brings new opportunities to do more than anyone thought possible, to redefine what a truck can be, earning the top brand in new vehicle quality in the automotive industry. Push the limits of what's possible with a lineup of Ram trucks, built to serve.
Right now, during the Ram President's Day sales event, get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
It is deafening inside WVU Coliseum, and for good reason. This crowd has watched this West Virginia team continually struggle in the second half. Not so today.
Well, a lot of it is the competition for sure, but watch this pass right here by Gabe, right on the money to Taz Sherman, and among the things Gabe does really well is pass that ball. What a performance today in the second half by this Mountaineer team.
They've taken advantage of 13 Texas turnovers to the tune of 17 points. Out of that timeout, Marcus Carr back on the floor, hits that triple.
And you recognize the severity of the drought because Chris Beard went back to Marcus Carr with 4 fouls with 10.5 minutes to go in this game.
Malik Curry with the ball, number 10 for the Mountaineers. 18 points for Curry. And he can't add to that total.
Nice cut.
Another nice cut. And a finish by Timmy Allen.
Timmy Allen is terrific at running the floor, and a nice find by Andrew Jones.
That's 13 for Allen. 5-point West Virginia lead, 9.5 minutes to go.
West Virginia's cutting has been exemplary in the second half. Spread out that Texas defense.
No call. Curry's
something.
got it.
Yep. All right, we got a flop warning.
Malik Curry.
Gary Maxwell points that out. Next flop on
flop warning.
The offensive team. That'll be a technical foul.
Number 1, Andrew Jones.
Malik Curry with 20 points, now 3 away from his season high that he had at Kansas. Bishop went for the dunk. He got fouled for his efforts, and he'll go to the line.
What I love about Timmy Allen is he does not know he's going to get this pass in transition, but he runs, and he finally is rewarded at the end. He went 94 feet, not knowing whether he would get it or not, but he never stopped running.
Bishop back rims the first free throw.
Gabe Osaboyan and Kobe Johnson check back in for the Mountaineers.
Well, Christian Bishop has been a bigger contributor with Trey Mitchell being sidelined.
Well, what I love about Christian Bishop, he's starting to give, along with Timmy Allen, some interior toughness for Texas that I thought early in the year was missing a little bit. He's played very well lately.
Now some full court pressure by Chris Beard, and his ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay West Virginia basketball.
I'm not surprised that Chris Beard is doing this. West Virginia is not a good ball handling team.
Osaboyan brings it across half court. 9 minutes to go.
That's nice. They're good cutting. Space and cut.
With 10 to shoot. Offensive foul called on Gabe Osaboyan.
He's got to stop doing that. He's got to stop doing that. And that's what Bob Huggins is telling him.
Foul,
that's not your game, man. Put that in your back pocket. That hurts his team. Take a look. That's a charge.
Checks in for the Mountaineers.
And he's got to stop doing that if you're Bob Huggins, because I'm only saying what Bob Huggins just told me. He's been so good, but that's the second offensive foul. 1, you're okay with if you're a coach. 2, not so much.
Now 2 of the 3 big men most often used by Bob Huggins saddled with 4 fouls. Osaboyan and Paulicow. Here's Jones alone for 3. And Cottrell grabs the rebound.
Again, this is a good lineup to go 5 out, spread it, and cut like that, just like that.
Sherman again with the back cut.
Hey, Sherman! Yeah, what they're doing right now is they're taking advantage of Texas's pressure. And so they're not even hesitating. They're cutting hard.
Another 3 missed, but the putback by Timmy Allen, who has 15.
Well, they don't have Bishop, but they still have Allen in there, and we know what he can do in the paint.
West Virginia with the ball. They're 6 of their last 7 from the field, Fran.
Same thing now. They can go 5 out and spread this floor to open up the drive.
Sherman, no whistle. A fight for the loose ball. And I mean that literally, not figuratively.
Take a look now. You play against a pressure team. You have to gotta be a good cutting team. Boom, right to the basket. That'll break down no middle defense.
Fans, come on back to the Coliseum.
Phillips 66 presents Kanisha and Courtney. Their sport? It's what they'd call a 15-second extreme version of a waltz. They have the trophies, the championships. But for this mother-daughter duo, it's not about the hardware. It's about continuing the family's cowgirl legacy, just like Grandma. Live to the full with Phillips 66.
You think she's still awake?
Don't worry. The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
Get $1,500 lease cash toward a 2022 RX 350.
I saw them at work. I saw them around town. They had savor's remorse. And I did too. I mean, sure, I paid less for auto insurance, but was the coverage enough? Could I trust the company to be there when I needed them? Then I found Amica.
Think about everything you have to protect, then call Amica. We're rated excellent on Trustpilot. We'll help you understand your coverage options and exactly what you're paying for. Call for a quote and be confident you have the right insurance company behind you.
So with Geico, we can easily bundle home and car insurance and save even more?
Yeah, home, car, motorcycle, all bundled together. Just like that breakfast burrito.
So can I get chorizo?
Yeah, metaphorically, yeah.
Carnita.
Just chicken. Just give me a bunch of chicken.
Oh, bacon?
Oh, wait, there isn't too much hot sauce, is there? I have a sensitive palate.
I actually like hot sauce. Can I get chips?
How about guacamole?
I don't really know what we're talking about anymore.
Burritos.
Sure.
Okay.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
The all-day, everyday pant by Public Rec. More comfortable than jeans, more stylish than sweats. With the all-day, everyday pant, you can choose your waist and length sizes to guarantee a perfect fit. Now comfort looks good.
Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers. We'll also throw in a free annuity rate report, absolutely free, for calling Annuity General today.
John and Zubin in the studio. We got a fantastic finish in Fayetteville.
Oh, this is going to be terrific down the stretch. Challenge. Kellen Grady, 0 points on the night. Little ball screen action. Jalen Williams to the basket. This is going to be a terrific finish if our game ever ends.
And if you're looking for the start of that next game between Florida State and Virginia, it'll be airing in 4.5 minutes on ESPN News. And when they're done in Morgantown, it'll be right here on ESPN2. Rich?
Thank you, Zubin. Here's a look at bracketology with Joe Lenardi at the top 2 seed lines. And you see Kansas on the 1 line, Baylor on the 2 line. But those 2 teams are playing in a few hours. And if Baylor wins, maybe they flip.
Well, I think the team that wins the Big 12 will be a #1 seed. Right now, it looks squarely like Kansas, Rich, has got that advantage. But I think if Baylor were somehow to pass them up, Texas Tech, Big 12 champion deserves to be a #1 seed.
7 on the shot clock and a bailout foul by Kobe Johnson. Freshman Courtney Raymond.
Yes, Rich, freshman mistake right there. Can't do that. He's going to come out right away. You got a low clock, and you're going to force a tough shot right here. And then watch him just reach it. No need for that.
One and the ball.
In high school at Canton McKinley, that's not called a foul. Trust me. Do you know some Canton McKinley graduates, by the way?
A lot of football players.
Josh McDaniels,
that's right.
The new coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Eric Snow played in the NBA. His brother Percy Snow, also he's a terrific football player.
Former
Kansas City
Spartans.
Chiefs. Yeah. Eric Snow was bound to be a Buckeye, and they never recruited him.
Ramey goes 2 for 2.
Little ancient history right there. Those Ohio State people know what I'm talking about.
So now West Virginia gets the ball, being pressured full court by Chris Beard's defense. The Mountaineers shooting over 71% in this second half, Fran.
Kind of a flip, right? Would Texas shoot in the first half? 70%.
We don't use this word very often with the West Virginia offense, but they have been surgical in the second 20 minutes. That one back tapped away. On the floor for the loose ball, and the foul is going to be called.
Right, that's going to be a foul on Bishop. Now that's a hustle play, but he dove on the West Virginia player.
32, Christian Bishop.
And you like the hustle, but think about it. With a low clock, even if West Virginia gets the ball, you think they're going to get a great shot. Watch this right here.
The bonus.
That's sometimes, that's what I would call an error of commission.
Sean McNeil checks in for the Mountaineers.
Now Sean McNeil checking back in for West Virginia as Christian Bishop checks out for Texas. And Isaiah Cottrell at the line shooting. It's going to be a 1-and-1 situation with West Virginia in the bonus. And he missed the front end. Four-point game, under 7 minutes to go. And Curry ties up Febris, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay Texas basketball. Well, Big 12 now on ESPN Plus, a must-have for Big 12 fans. Tuesday, number 5 Kansas taking on TCU at 8 Eastern. Wednesday, Oklahoma State squaring off against Iowa State at 7 Eastern. You gotta have it. Sign up at ESPNplus.com/Big12 now. And it's going to be a doubleheader for Kansas and TCU because of some COVID happenings early in the season. They're playing back-to-back games against each other.
I doubt they'll go on the same charter back and forward to Lawrence, but an interesting week for Kansas. Tonight, Tuesday, Thursday, and then Saturday, senior day in Lawrence at Allen Fieldhouse. These Texas Longhorns come to town.
And of course, TCU will be here in Morgantown on the final game of the regular season for the Mountaineers. They were supposed to play at the start of the regular season. So the Horned Frogs are going to have a big say in how the final Big 12 standings shake out.
Kobe Johnson.
That free throw is good, and subs on and off the floor for both teams.
By the way, that's good news and bad news for Jamie Dixon because they're playing Texas Tech today, Kansas twice, and they'll finish here in Morgantown. Not easy.
You know what that's called? Life in the Big 12.
You know what that's called? Regular season schedule.
Yeah.
From January 1st to March 5th.
No doubt. 17 for Timmy Allen now, and 7 rebounds. Seems like you could say that about him every single game. And it's back to a 2-point game. West Virginia up 2 with the ball. 6.5 to go.
Again, remember how good they've cut this half. Got to keep that ball moving.
10 on the shot clock. Now Kerrigan with the ball. Sherman for 3.
Big time. And that's a good defense by AJ1 right there. Sherman knew the clock was running down. And his ability to get his own shot, we've chronicled that today.
His first 3-pointer of the afternoon gives Taz Sherman 13. Andrew Jones can't match him with a 3. And West Virginia has the ball again. Sherman. That one was from Logan, West Virginia.
Yeah, he was feeling it.
And a foul called in close range, and Timmy Allen's going to go back to the line and shoot free throws.
Ball whistled on Isaiah.
Watch Taz Sherman. He's done this all year. Remember, he came back as a super senior, and it has paid off big time Low clock, catch and shoot. Knocks it down.
At the line for Texas,
The man from
Timmy
Missouri
Allen.
City, Texas, had
Two
no Division I offers coming out of high school. Went to Collin County in suburban Dallas, where he made his mark.
Allen misses the first. Taz Sherman 9 times this season. He scored 20 or more points. And he's one of only 4 Big 12 players to win multiple Big 12 Player of the Week awards. And you hear the Teddy chants for Timmy Allen. That's Timmy's brother who played here for a season. Allen.
I would not get Timmy Allen agitated if I were these fans, these Mountaineer maniacs.
Allen's got 18. His season high is 24 for the Longhorns. A 4-point cushion, but it feels tenuous at best for West Virginia.
Timmy Allen on Sherman now. Bigger body.
Kerrigan threw it away. Here's Allen. Almost an and one opportunity, but Timmy Allen will return to the free throw line.
Well, you like Timmy Allen's aggressiveness down the stretch right now. Again, does all his work in Allenville at that high paint area, foul line area. That's his real estate.
Timmy
He
Allen,
eschews the
2 shots.
analytics, Rich, because he's so good in that range and to the rim.
Yeah. We've seen the 2-pointer come back in vogue a little bit. Isaiah Brockington's another great example.
Yep, they're outliers in that sense, but when you play good defense, and not with Allen, because he's not a good outside shooter, but good defenses are going to chase you off the three-point line, and good defenses are also going to have rim protection. So you got to be able to make that high paint pull-up game. Got to have it.
Allen sitting on 19 points, now 20 for Timmy Allen to go along with the career-high tying 7 rebounds.
Little pressure here by Texas, just token.
Last year's game in this building between these two came down to the final minute, and Andrew Jones hit a game-winning 3-pointer in that one. Sherman got the entire defense up in the air, but he couldn't pay it off. And it's going to be Texas basketball with a chance to tie or take the lead.
Good footwork by Taz Sherman. Got into traffic, played off 2 feet, pivoted away from the pressure, and just couldn't make the shot. Really good basketball right here. Take a look. Watch him come downhill. Pump fake, gets 2 in the air. Good challenge anyway by Timmy Allen. And, hey, it's a shot you can live with if you're Bob Huggins.
And Marcus Carr is back on the floor with those 4 fouls for Chris Beard.
A little bit of platooning between him and Askew. Askew's been solid today.
Febres. He's had the stroke all afternoon.
This looks like a guy we remember his first 3 seasons, Rich. This kid was a 3-year starter before serious microfracture surgery 2 years ago, 2 Februarys ago.
Averaging 3 points a game this season, has 14 today. Texas back on top by 1. 4:14 to go. West Virginia trailing by 1 and going to the free throw line. In their last game, they led by 10 at Iowa State and squandered that lead.
We mentioned in the first half, they have been in most games. They have been very feisty, but only 1 win since January 11th.
McNeil been relatively quiet this afternoon, just his 9th point. And he goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Loose ball. Polycap can't come away with it, but a foul is going to be called.
Has to be called.
And it's going to go on West Virginia.
Has to be called. Gary Maxwell was hoping that the Texas player would come up with it cleanly, but an easy call to make. Take a look. He doesn't want to call this if he doesn't have to, but you'll see at the very end, he gets the back of Timmy Allen's leg, and he just has to penalize the defensive player.
You hate to see that, especially on a hustle play.
It's a good piece of officiating. It really is. Because you could tell he didn't want to call it.
Polycap is going to have to sit and watch the rest of this 4 minutes and 12 seconds. He has fouled out, and now Gabe Osaboyan comes back in. Osaboyan also in foul trouble with 4.
At the line for Texas, Timmy Allen. 2 shots.
Timmy Allen with 20 points this afternoon. 11 of them coming in the second stanza.
I'm a big fan of this kid, Rich. I love the way he plays. He lost his mom at the beginning of his junior year to cancer, and he transferred schools in order to be near her hospice care. That meant he missed the first part of his junior year while he got eligible, but he felt it was worth it. He just got a good heart, and he plays the way I like to see guys play.
2 for 2 from the line for Timmy Allen.
He's one of those guys that could come back for a 5th year, the COVID waiver year. I would recommend he does it.
Nice cut by Cottrell. And good hands by Courtney Ramey, knocking it out of bounds, saving what possibly could have been an easy 2 points for West Virginia. 3:57 to go. We've got a good one from WVU Coliseum. Don't go anywhere. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5 Hour Energy. It's the only one when you got to get stuff done. And in part by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball.
Forged from the fusion of sweet honey and spicy spice, Wendy's new hot honey chicken biscuit and sandwich. A marvelous marvel of sweet, sweet heat. Cast atop crispy bacon and Wendy's spicy chicken. Because a true sandwich myth knows that flavor like this can
only be forged at a Wendy's.
Willie?
Uh-huh. Oh, right.
Thank you. So sorry. No, it was nice. I liked it.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new hot honey chicken sandwich or biscuit at breakfast.
As a professional bull rider, I'm used to taking chances. But when it comes to my insurance, I don't. I use Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
And by switching, you could even save $665.
Hey, Tex. Did someone else get a turn?
Yeah, hang on. I'm about to break my own record. Yeah! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Let me tell you, you want to be successful? You gotta hustle. You gotta go the extra mile. Make a name for yourself. Have a firm grip. Always dress for success, and you gotta show them who's boss.
Thanks for coming in. We'll get back to you. Hustle, sure, but for what matters. When you do, it leads to amazing.
Welcome to the next level. The all-new Lexus NX.
I need you to see.
To all the kisses that led to this one. Celebrate every kiss with Kay.
Getting close, even when the elements try to keep you apart. Warming their hearts in the middle of a blizzard. Saving the day during a stormy night. Never missing a single goal. Despite the storms, despite the darkness, Bosch Envision windshield wipers handle the harshest nighttime conditions to help you reach life's important moments. See what matters most with Bosch. Go to AutoZone now for a special offer.
You're a one-man stitchwork master, but your staffing plan needs to go up a size. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Zubin Mehenti in our college basketball studios. For those of you looking for Florida State in Virginia, it's airing right now on ESPN News. And when they're done between Texas and West Virginia, that game will slide on over right here to ESPN2. Back to Rich and Fran for the finish.
Thank you, Zubin. This is what happens in the Big 12 when it's rough and tough and physical.
Yeah, Bob Huggins not happy with the last play. And listen, this is one they missed. Watch number 3, Ramey. Watch him grab the arm. On the fake. This goes right over, and see, here's, as a coach, man, I need that call. I'm going to tell you, this is a good crew. I need that call. See?
Cottrell misses, so does Osaboyan, and Texas got it.
As a coach down 2, I need that call, and I would be furious that I didn't get it. Now a jump ball, so they're going to keep it. So maybe things even out a little bit, but good crew today. They've worked hard, but late in the game, man, when I'm down 2 and I'm fighting for my life like he is, I got to get that call.
Both teams shooting the ball exceptionally well against really good defenses.
But I'd rather be shooting 2 free throws. Oh boy. And that's what we said early in the game. Don't cut halfway. Osaboyan was expecting a back cut, so he threw it where he thought his teammate would be. You cannot stop on a back cut. Cardinal rule.
Febris double teamed. Now 10 to shoot for the Horns. They got it in the right guy's hands.
Strong.
And he finishes.
Yep. Strong. He's a bull. You remember the old Timex? Takes a licking, keeps on ticking. That's Timmy Allen.
He's now tied a season high. Had 24 against KU. Has 24 this afternoon.
Texas showing zone. It's a fraud. It's man. They like to do that out of timeouts.
Good hands by Ramey. And another, they're going to call a foul that time. The crowd wanted a jump ball.
That's okay. Courtney got away with the last one.
The Longhorns number 3, Courtney Ramey.
Yeah, let's watch this. You know, I can't even tell you whether Timmy Allen is better going right or left because he's so good each way. Watch him go right through Cottrell right there. He's just a man-child. 6'6", plays inside.
Now Malik Curry has 21 points.
Marcus Carr checks in.
And he's 5 shy of 1,000 for his collegiate career, Fran.
See what Chris Beard is doing, Rich. We said it earlier. He's platooning Carr and Askew. Carr on offense. Whenever he can get Carr out on defense, he will with the 4 fouls.
Curry makes them both 2 shy of a career high now. 22 points for Malik Curry. And the lead is 2 for the Longhorns. Catch and shoot. Not that time.
Wow.
Timmy Allen with the board and the bucket.
That doesn't happen if Chase Febris isn't so wide open. How do you leave him open? And a great job by Timmy Allen once again.
26 points and 9 rebounds for Timmy Allen.
He's the heart and soul guy, Rich, of this team. He really is.
Here's Curry answers with a 3. No, they count it as a 2. That's a 2-pointer for Malik Curry, who is now 24. Two minutes to go.
Yeah, offense has been great today.
Here's Carr. And somehow, some way, the ball goes through the basket.
What I loved about that is he just hung in the air. I thought he was going to use the board, but great touch by Marcus Carr. Excellent shot.
Carr has 9 points in the second half, 13 on the game. Sherman hangs, can't hit. The follow by Osaboyan.
That's where Gabe does his most damage. And that's where he needs to stay the last minute 20. Still got Allen at the top.
Carr again with the take.
And he went wrong foot again, which is brilliant.
Timeout.
He used the foot that was closest to the basket because he had to get it up quickly.
1:07 to go. Chris Beard calls a timeout. Texas by 4 on the road.
Our priorities, they've changed.
Hey, Lexus, play my music.
It's not just about getting ahead or the constant grind. It's about knowing what you want.
Watch for traffic.
And focusing on what matters. Welcome to the next level. This is the all-new Lexus NX with available remote park and our most advanced safety system ever.
Let's go back and watch this last play by Marcus Carr. He doesn't have time to count his steps, okay? This isn't JV high school. He's got to go off whatever foot he can and get it up on the rim, and it's perfect. We call that a wrong foot layup. Well done by Marcus Carr. We're not talking like, bitty basketball, 1-2 step. It's, I got to get it on the rim softly, brilliant.
playing in his 121st game. Marcus Carr scored that bucket like the scorer that he is. And it gives Texas a 4-point lead with a minute to go.
They're trying to open up the lane for Curry. He wasn't there.
Sherman, 2-foot jump stop. Now here's Curry.
Cottrell's got to get out of his way.
He's got 24 on the game, and he's short on that three-pointer. Big rebound by Ramey.
I think I'd start fouling now. I would.
Allen.
Texas is going to take up too much time. This is perfect for Chris Beard. He loves it.
30 seconds to go.
Don't need to shoot it yet if you're Texas.
Why aren't they fouling?
It's a good question. I'm not the Hall of Famer, Rich.
And an offensive foul called late in the shot clock on Timmy Allen.
That might be why, okay? Because that guy's got 2 Final Fours. I have 0, okay? But I do think they took a lot of time off the clock.
Yeah.
Watch Timmy Allen now, out of control. Good job. Who else?
Gabe.
Yep. Was that 23 on the year?
23rd charge taken by Gabe Osabuono.
Timeout.
He's first team All-America in charges taken.
He's the best charge taker in America. We can say that nearly safely.
Well, in a lot of ways, this has been a game of fouls and a game of free throws. These are the 2 best free throw shooting teams percentage-wise in conference play. Texas shoots it at a 77% clip. That's second in the conference, topped only by West Virginia, who shoots it at 79% in Big 12 play. Well, after this game, we still have a full day of college hoops coming up on ESPN at 4 Eastern. Number 3, Auburn taking on number 17, Tennessee. Then 7th-ranked Duke and Mike Krzyzewski squaring off against Jim Boeheim and Syracuse. And the nightcap at 8 Eastern, number 10 Baylor hosting number 5 Kansas in another Big 12 battle.
Well, Texas wants to stay in the race for the Big 12 regular season title. Obviously, this is a must-win. For West Virginia now, it's a 2-possession game. They've got to go quickly. What they've done in the second half quite a bit is fake motion, open the post up for Curry's drives. Remember, both McNeil and Sherman are capable of going isolation and either going to the rim or pulling up for the 3. Looks like it's going to be Curry on the catch, on the move to the hoop. Let's see it.
Shot clock is off, 19.7 left. And West Virginia down by 4. They need a bucket, they need one quickly.
Here he comes.
Here's Curry.
Yep.
Got it!
Perfect.
And one!
Yep. There it is. What they did is they opened the post up. Osabuono, who handles it well for a 6'8 guy, created what we call a DHO, dribble handoff. And the worst thing that could happen for Chris Beard's team is that they foul him right here. And wasn't a lot of contact here, but they'll take it.
What a bucket by Malik Curry, giving him 1,000 points in his career, a career high, 26 points. And now a chance with a free throw to make it a 1-point game with 11 seconds left.
On the make, you'll see pressure and foul fairly quickly.
He's got it.
All right, jump ball, Texas's favor.
West Virginia has 2 timeouts remaining. Texas with 1 timeout.
4 guards for Texas and Timmy Allen. If you're West Virginia, you could trap once or twice before you have to give it.
Allen looked for the home run pass. It was tipped by Cottrell and knocked out of bounds. It was off Andrew Jones's foot, out of bounds, and it'll be West Virginia ball with 9 seconds left, down by 1.
That was a long pass to make, and Isaiah Cottrell did a good job of jumping the passing lane. Watch this, he has to get rid of it, and there's just too much daylight between Timmy Allen and Andrew Jones.
Andrew Jones, who hit a game-winning three-pointer in the waning seconds last year in this building to give Texas a win, has a costly turnover in this one, and now the Mountaineers have a shot.
Rich, Timmy Allen's got to go further than he did. He ran 2 steps and threw it. You are allowed to run the entire baseline, and unfortunately, he made that too long a catch for Jones.
So now, what does Bob Huggins draw up for a game-winning shot?
Well, we said it earlier, we just said it last possession. Malik Curry has been their most creative guy with the ball in his hands, downhill to the basket. Remember, that's plan A, but they got plan A, plan B, and plan C in Sherman and McNeil, who can both make tough shots. I like creating an open drive like we've seen from Malik Curry.
Taz Sherman has 13. He's only 1 for 5 for 3, but Malik Curry, 7 for 14 from the field, 2 for 14 from beyond the arc, and 11 for 13 from the free throw line.
Right, and Rich, this ball is going to come out of bounds in the corner, so you've got to get it in cleanly back out top where Curry or Sherman have room to drive downhill. Tough place to catch in the corner and make a play, so they've got time to get it out towards midcourt and play downhill.
Fran, 13 times in conference play in the Big 12, an unranked or lower-ranked team has beaten a top 25 team. Could we be on the verge of number 14 happening today in Morgantown?
You know what that's also known as? Routine. All right. Allen on Curry. They'll switch all dribble handoffs.
Taz Sherman will rebound right next to the Hall of Famer, Bob Huggins.
He's got it.
Here's Curry with the ball. Working on Allen. It rims off. And a foul is called with 1.3 left. A near miss for Malik Curry.
Listen, you couldn't do it any better, Rich. As he shot that ball from where we are at midcourt, it looked right on the money. Watch the step back, create a little space. And man, look at that. That is beautiful. Inside the rim. And as my good friend Jeff Van Gundy used to say, as the ball was in the air, a win, a loss, a win, a loss, a win, a loss.
Or good coach, bad coach.
Oh, you got two great coaches. You got two Final Four coaches here.
That's true.
So that. Okay.
Allen misses.
No timeouts left. Except Chris Beard's going to think about this right here. Now, here's the strategy, and you got to have a riverboat gambler mentality. If you make it, West Virginia, with the clock stopped, can throw it down the court, catch it, and shoot it. But we also know that if they miss the free throw and West Virginia rebounds it, they now have to throw a 90-footer.
What would you do?
I would miss it. But we have practiced this already. Because I once had a guy at St. John's in the Garden against Connecticut. We won the game, by the way. We beat Calhoun in Connecticut. We told him to miss it. He threw it off the backboard and didn't hit the rim. We ended up winning anyway. But right now, this shot has to be missed. What we used to practice to miss was shoot it to the square on the backboard where you know it's going to hit the flange and bounce weird. If you ask them to miss it straight on, they'll sometimes bank the shot in. And that kind of defeats the purpose of missing it. And you have to hit the rim.
West Virginia has 1 timeout remaining. That was the final timeout taken by Chris Beard.
I think they're going to miss it. And if I'm Timmy Allen right now, who's going to shoot it? I'm telling the official, hey, Mr. Official, we're going to miss this. I would also put 2 burnt orange jerseys in their lane to tell them not to move at all, because if you don't put anybody in the lane and the ball hits the floor, you have a chance to get a good grab and a throw down the court.
Allen at the line. He missed the first free throw, has 26 points this afternoon.
I would miss it. I just would. If he makes it,
Gabe Osaboyan is standing on the opposite end of the free throw line. Allen missed it. Cottrell chucks it.
Game.
And not enough time. Another heartbreaking loss for Bob Huggins and the West Virginia Mountaineers. And another thrilling victory for the number 20 Texas Longhorns, who